Howdy y'all, welcome to Hazen Barrel Craftworks here on the Hazen Barrel Homestead in our humble whiskey room. I'm the Alchemist. Happy Friday. Yeah, we all made it to Friday and we're still warm in winter with whiskey and those higher proofs up in the 130s. And on this happy Friday, well, we chose another rye. And we're doing it with one of my favorite distilleries, Jack Daniel's. And this Jack Daniel's rye comes in at 137.6 proof. Yeah, it's a single barrel proof rye, which really is some of my favorite Jack Daniel's. You know, a lot of the ryes that get a lot of hype from Jack Daniel's, the Coy Hills, the Tanyard Hill that came out this year, they've got a lot of that high proof, and I haven't been able to try them myself, but they get a lot of notoriety for that high proof in the high 30s and even hazmat at 140 and above. But this one came from what is it? Barrel House 2-02, which I don't believe. I think you've got to be in 201 or 109 for a Tanyard Hill, and you got to be in the 8 and above for Coy Hill. So I don't think we quite made that warehouse, but we still hit that proof. So that means you've got to be in the upper shelves to get, you know, just below that tin roof to really get it baking. So you get the extremes and the heat and the cold to really push that juice in and out to get those high proofs on this one. So guessing that it had to be in a high elevation in that barrel house and the rick house to get that. But one thing to note on this is a Brown Forman. Jack Daniel's is owned by Brown Forman. And I kind of hinted at that on Wednesday's video when I talked about Mr. Brown and his special alchemy formula for Old Forester. That is the same Mr. Brown from Brown Forman. Now, how do we get different profiles from Old Forester and Jack Daniel's? Even though, interesting to note, if you all don't know, Brown Forman, you know, they make their own barrels. They have their own cooperage that they use. And in that cooperage, they do have a bit of a different process for Old Forester and for Jack Daniel's when they char their barrels, even though it is a bit similar. From what I understand, for Old Forester, they like to do a heavy toast before they char those barrels. And then they have different mash bills as well. And they do also have a light toast and then a heavier char for the Jack Daniel's product. But also, I think you all have heard of the Tennessee process. And all Jack Daniel's goes through that Tennessee process because it is considered a Tennessee whiskey and not a bourbon. Even though they do follow all the rules to be a bourbon as well, it goes through that 10-foot charred maple drip before they even go into a barrel. And that's what sets Jack Daniel's apart as well. And to me, it makes a very good whiskey and also a very good single barrel rye as well. So let's see what we get in this warm in winter with whiskey 137 proof rye for today's whiskey. Boy, on the nose. Again, now, if you did notice all week, I did have my pores setting out because of the proof. I did have them setting out and resting for a good 15 minutes, just so I didn't cough and all that ethanol. Oh my. Beautiful viscosity, nice legs on that. The first thing I really think I'm getting on this, almost like a maple. Still need to go in for my sips and let it develop. Boy, that like a maple brown sugar mix. And I'm gonna have to say it like a really good banana bread. But let me go in for my sips. Once again, I'm not going to lie to you, that heat hits you right off the bat. Hit me right in the back of the throat, warming me all the way down. It did not dry me on the palate as bad as the first two this week. I'd have to admit the Mondays dried me the most. This one is pretty mild as far as that drying goes. But I love that combination on the nose. Really nice. Such a nice banana bread, maple brown sugar mixture. All still there. Really nice. First thing on the palate is nice and buttery. Buttery brown sugar just melted together. Wow. Oh, that's good. And the on that second sip, the dryness is completely gone. The heat is really nice from the tip of the tongue, and it just slides all the way back to palate, warming you all the way down. Very pleasant, not overwhelming. Boy, I really enjoy that banana bread. Oh, that butteriness is good. I'd have to say even a bit of that banana bread comes through. And with that butteriness, it's like you buttered a nice slice of banana bread. And that butteriness is right there in the front of the palate. And that bread just layers across the mid palate. And then on the back of the palate, there's just a hint of barrel back there. Oh, that's good. And that warming hug to break that winter chill, just there warming you, just warming you. I love that maple brown sugar. What a nice combination. Especially with that banana bread. I wish that was on the palate more, but I do get that. I'm missing the maple on the palate, but that buttery banana bread, and then there is just a touch of that brown sugar on the palate too. Oh, that's nice. Really nice. And as you can see too, I think I mentioned that last week that I'd have another Will Liquors store pick. You can see there in the tag that's a Will Liquors store pick. Nicely done. Nicely done. Good pick. And if y'all can find yourself a Jack Daniel's single barrel select rye, this is good. I've got another one on my shelf that's a little bit lower proof into the 120s, but this one by far outdoes that one with the flavors in it. This one's more complex, better flavors, really nice. If you can find one, and you got a choice between the lower and the higher proof, in my humble opinion, that higher proof, so much more complex. I like my 120 whatever proof it is. Really good bottle. Love my Jack Daniels. But this one to me, really nice, more complex, such a good pour. Boy, that's good. Really good. I'm still licking my lips. I'm still getting that butter and a little bit of banana bread, but oh, the buttery sweetness right there. I'd say it's more of the butter and brown sugar as I lick my lips. It's nice and warm hug to beat the winter chill. Really good. And even some in that barrel, even some cinnamon and clove in there. So again, a really good winter pour. Would have been a good one at Christmas time if I had it then. But I just picked this one up a couple weeks ago actually, and you could see how much is taken away already. What a good pour. But as y'all know, I'd love to have y'all coming back around. So please, take it easy. Don't drink and drive. Cheers.